Hello everybody, my name is Juan Camilo and today I'm presenting my final project for product design. It is about heat waves and their effects on people in cities. Based on the research I've done, I followed major environmental trends in cities that help me futurecast my problem. These include climate change, humidity, and city expansion. As we know, climate change is getting worse every year. It is predicted that heat waves will become more recurrent events and there will be an average rise of 2 degrees Celsius in the world by 2050, making heat waves worse than previously known. Humidity is also rising in city environments. Since the 1980s, humid heat has doubled around the world, and by the year 2030, 60% of the world's population will live in cities. Moreover, since 1986, more people have died from heat than any other environmental disaster in the US, and exposure to air pollution and hot weather increases the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Based on this, let me present you my predicted world. In the year 2040, 80% of human population will have transitioned to live in cities and urban areas. Cities have become overpopulated megacities consuming most of the world's electric energy. Most industries moved to the outskirts of the cities in order to supply demand for products, but this only resulted in extreme air contamination all around the city, creating a denser and humid city environment. Temperatures from global warming have been rising since the year 2025, as nations struggle to create a diplomatic way to prevent it and instead opted for their own environmental policies. This has brought devastating consequences for cities. The urban heat island effect, which is an urban area that is significantly warmer than its surroundings due to human activities, has worsened, and now in the year 2040, some megacities are inhospitable for periods of time due to deadly heat waves that, in combination with extreme humidity, have killed thousands each year. Under this environment, everybody is at risk of getting exposed to a heat wave. Overall, health has been gradually decreasing since the first reports of heat waves in 2020. Pulmonary infections, cardiovascular diseases, and hyperthermia are now common factors in hospital admissions. Children and the elder population constitute most of these. Likewise, heat waves are a societal problem. The increase in the social inequality gap made air conditioning a luxury in megacities, and access to healthcare system has been restricted to only the elite class. This has led to major riots in low-income communities, where most extreme heat-related deaths are seen. This was the case of Alma, a 67-year-old woman that died of a heat stroke in her apartment. Due to her low-income job, Alma shared an apartment with three other people and could not get access to a hospital because she could not afford healthcare. Her death, along with many others who also died during the heatwave, sparked revolts around downtown New York City 2.0. Under these conditions, the future seems bleak. Cases like Alma will pass to oblivion, as many others already have. However, there is still hope to create low budget wearables to regulate body temperature more efficiently in order to reduce fatalities in megacities. New advancements in wearable technology are improving every day, either by tricking the body psychologically to regulate temperature or by having attached low cost cooling gadgets to the body. To tackle this environmental threat, my project was guided towards sustainable wearable technology that assists the body to regulate temperature in extreme weather conditions. I have designed the stabilizer, a wearable that integrates Peltier devices to regulate body temperature. These devices are connected via nanotubes to a thermoelectric generator bracelet that produces electric energy from the user's body heat, making the stabilizer completely self-sustainable. So how does it work? It all begins with two major physical phenomena, the Peltier effect and the Seebeck effect. On one hand, the Peltier effect happens when an electric current passes through two semiconductors, one producing heat, the other a cooling effect. This technology is currently found in refrigerators and computers. On the other hand, the Seebeck effect is just the inverse of the Peltier process. The Seebeck effect happens when there is a thermal difference, hot and cold, between two semiconductors, and from this temperature difference it is possible to create an electric current. I developed my design to have three major components: a thermoelectric generator bracelet, also known as a Seebeck generator, Peltier devices to assist body temperature regulation, and a heat flux sensor. My first ideation looked into the form of the bracelet that integrated the heat flux sensor, screen panel, the thermoelectric generator, a battery pack, and an additional USB-C port to charge the battery. After refining the form, I looked into materials that optimize thermal conductivity and insulation for the generator. For the pelter devices, I considered the dimensions and structural organization of the thermal pillars without losing a sense of form. I also added an attachable heatsink to use if necessary. The stabilizer has extensive uses, but primarily it will be to assist body temperature regulation in extreme weather conditions. As shown, the stabilizer collects metrics from ambient and body temperature. Then, it alerts the user if there is risk of suffering heat fatigue or if there are dangerous weather conditions. If so, the stabilizer will automatically activate the pelter devices around the body. The user can also activate and adjust the temperature as desired, just by sliding the finger up and down on the screen panel. It is important to note that electric energy from body heat has been collected throughout the day and stored in the bracelet. The stabilizer, assisting to mitigate the harmful effects of severe climate change in the year 2040. Thank you very much for listening, and I'm opening now to questions, comments, and feedback. Thank you.